One day, the villagers all got that to cue waca and the baby in her womb. Waca escaped on run into the river. Does she involve the water spirits and odd that the protect her and her unborn child from the evil ones. When the villagers got to the river that tried to kill mock or bots, we are all drowned in the river. Was supposedly time in or boot do all the lead, then leave the woman whose name was Waca. Waca was pregnant and the villagers accuse her of car in a week in her womb. They tried to kill the unborn baby, but Waca protected the child with everything in her. One day the villagers all got that to work her and the baby in her womb. Roka escaped on run into the river. This she involved the water spirits and odd that the protect her and her unborn child from the evil ones. When the villagers got to the river that tried to kill Waca, but we are all drowned in the river. Waca I continue address them until she got into a neighboring village, where she settled in an abandoned hut. One day, while she was walking around the boost to see if she could get some fruit to eat, she went into labor as the level program. Rest Waca I cried for help and soon, or cough, for degrades Kwanzaa in the village. He had gone into the bush, that's morning to check his traps had her, and went to the direction from they cry came, when Okafor forgot day he met pregnant Waca all I am on the ground crying. Oh, CAF for weakly asked what the problem was with, hey think it, she must have been bitten by a snake. But Waca I told him she was in liberal Okafor helped her get off its. That's the village midwife who helped her with her childbirth. Waca I gave birth to a baby girl and died afterwards. Okafor careful was happy she had a baby bought sad Waca on died. Okafor not my and anything about Mark I decided to take care of the baby who he named Merry Man. At this time or careful hadn't does got some married and a wife was pregnant. He thought of what the whilst reaction would be. He knew that's his wife a Jim. I would not be happy with that, but not million who to take the baby to. He took her home either. My was one happy about this situation. She heads and a little baby and vowed not to have anything to do with her. Oh cast for to care of the little baby like a man would. 3 months later, he Jim I had a baby girl. She was so happy to behold her child or car for was also happy cause to game he now has 2 daughters. He demanded Backlund see that marry my hat child, but as soon as she grew up to the edge, she can run errands. She started overloading hell with Charles Law. Her daughter does nothing. Minimal was a brave goal. She got to the stream to fetch water, go to the farm to work from firewood, and still come home to cool, while Lemmy give them as dots, are played with have friends in the village. Or Okafor for door, he was not marry my biological father, loved and treats at car rides. He doesn't see an opportunity to caution his wife a Jim off her ill treatment was me Rima. Me my had a friend named or Carla. AKA was the village drunk and was can see that on cereals in the village. Nothing he did all said was can see that seriously he was already dead to check me rematch up anytime she was troubled. One day, it must send me rematch into the boost to first Bayud at nights. Up lead them to find the firewood the next morning, says it was already late, and then drugs for had to be seen in the boost by that time of the night. But the Jim insists that she fed to file that nights. Mean him a son will be dense, go went into the booze to fed the fire with that nights. And while she was coming back home, she was attacked by some village boys who tried to rape her. They have had to the ground, or one of them tried to rape her and immediately thunderstruck him dead. The other a run off in fear the next morning. Deaths of the news of death friend's death to the police and told the king that me my killed death friend. Lion that the game would have punished them for trying to rip. They told the king does she insulted damn on one of them tried to beat hay. He was struck by thunder and he died instantly. The king asked to see the dead body before he could believe them. The biased went abroad, deaf friend, that body. The king then sent some men to go and bring me rematch, and team they went and brought me rematch with the king. And a king asked how was she did to demand, as she told him that she had no idea what happened to him, as she never tallest. Team. The angry king declared for Miriam much will be banished, saying that no one would be allowed to practice with 3 in their land. Miriam I pleaded with the king, same issue, had done nothing to the man. But they can't that on banishing her. Miriam I was banished, and they couldn't into the ever forest, where she stayed false and cute, all the evil spirit that came to kill her. One day while she was sleeping in had dream she saw a woman accent had to come back to Obodu, or where she belong as it was had time to do that she was great for. In that dream confused me Max, was she was quoted to do, and the woman told her that she was great said to be a healer. I'm saying that the woman disappeared, and merely my woke up the next day she embarked on a Johnny to Ordu pool, and does she dwelled me mad Johnny, as the he last Saturday, does she was coming back from the farm, and ran into a man who had been beaten by a snake. He immediately, she lands he was beaten by his next, you run into the booth, I can mouth with a concussion, she gave to the man, and his neck he fell off his leg, and the pain went away. The man thought that will do my thank the gods for use in me much to heal her father of the snake's poisoning. In this village, leave the wealthy family, who had just one phone on he saw, had been see for a long time. They have invited native doctors, from both the village and beyond, but not seem to prefer a lasting solution to the sickness. I've visited the wealthy family phone, and thought that's his health condition, is not improving our fall, so she remembered me remedy girl, that had healed have find out of this next them, and not know you were she's days, when about the village call him out on her. Miriam, who marry him. After a long sakes, she found her, and 2 cats, or be seen as house. Maybe might bless some leave, and gave the drink, or be a Tina. He drank kids, and became well again. Be a you mass find that acts to know for she was, and then found out, that she had been banished by the people of our move, or all about her weeks, he then gave her a place to stay on their land to for me, I was very happy with the farmers have dinner. Rusted things went south, and am a poor village, when the king became seek a lot of the nets, if doctors India village was able to kill him. The eldest, we are restless, and sowed the seeds for solution from other villages. One day, why they were seeking for solution, they ran into a scent, who them about a powerful healer me Rima the Al does, when I met with me rematch, we are shocked to see it was that on me Rima the one that was banished by the king we. The proper investigations. They told me might be king spread the comments as she felt so sorry for him, and then traveled to local village, with the elders way she got that she gave the king a concussion, and he became well the people enjoy celebrate said. I'm proud Mary mad priestess of local village. Miriam my rude as a priest is an evil was far from the village as her reed frowned at evil.